My name is Carol. I'm a marketing specialist. I'm passionate about brands and growing businesses in Africa. So I run a Pan-African agency. I'm the CEO of EXP, and we operate in several markets across the continent. I'm Kenyan by birth, but I've lived in many African countries, so I think I'm African. Honestly, my career found me. I started off as an educator, so by training, I'm actually a teacher. I taught for a little bit, and then I moved out of education into marketing. And I just found that it was a space that it's connected in some ways, but I really enjoyed it, so I stayed there. It's the cumulative effort of doing the same thing and getting better at doing the same thing that makes you really good at something. So I've been in marketing for more than 30 years. I've been with the same company for more than 30 years, which is a really long time. And I think my success has simply been the ability to be able to grow on top of growing. And I think that's a trick that we miss, this idea that things compound, that the more you add on something, it doesn't just become incremental, it becomes exponential. And honestly, I haven't found a shortcut yet. It's all hard work. If you're going to be in any business, whether you're going to be doing marketing or you're going to be doing beauty or you're going to be doing fashion, you just got to be really good at what you do. You want to be in the top 10% of people in your industry. That means you have to be continually learning. You got to put yourself out there and saying, where is marketing going? If it's digital, I want to go where it's going. If it's in strategy, I want to be able to do strategy. So you really have to put yourself out there and understand what is the direction of my industry and how do I remain in the top 10%? And that's like a constant learning, constant experience, constantly putting yourself in a position where you can be able to try new things. No. I never imagined that, I used to see CEOs, but I never imagined that I wanted to be one of them. I thought they were really stiff and boring and like always serious. And, I didn't want to be one of those people. But I think as a young person, what we think around what you want to be versus what you're doing every day to be that is where the gap is. So what you want to say to yourself is, what do I want to do today that is going to be meaningful for me to be able to hit my objective? Like, what do I want to do today? When I wake up today, how am I going to spend my time to make sure that I'm really good at what I'm either being paid to do or being trained to do or passionate about doing? Now, if you can answer that question every day, the stuff that you'll do will get you there eventually. The process will get you there because you're committing to yourself every single day to being better at what you do every single day. So I'm a very scheduled person. I have a very clear plan around my time, and I'm very specific around the things I want to do. So I want to do things that will help me grow, will help me deliver my business objectives, but will afford me the ability to spend time with my family, my friends, and my passions. Your time is spread across so many things, it's easy to get distracted. And so routine allows me to be able to block time to do things that are important and to block time to give time to the things that I like to do and to give time to family. Otherwise, it all just becomes a mishmash of things. And it's really about priorities at the moment. Short courses. I do short courses. I do a lot of short courses. I read a lot. I really enjoy podcasts at the moment. And I spend time talking to people who are advancing in the space that I'm interested in. So, people who are already leading in marketing have a lot to offer me. So I find them and I talk to them. I interview them and I find out, what's the trend, what are the new things to learn. And I share a lot. I share a lot of information. So short courses are brilliant. Like, learning doesn't have to be school. And I think for a long time we conflated learning with school. Short courses offers you the ability to find a skill, hone in on a skill, even to just experience a different skill that you might never have the chance to, and figure out whether it's something you actually want to do. You'll find it in short courses. And there's a ton and a wealth of information out there for young people today that we didn't have in our time. So we had to go to school. So I think what Trace is doing is really admirable. And I'll tell you why. It's not that there is a lack of courses out there, but the ability to be able to learn a skill and take that skill and make it into and monetize it. Let me call it that. Monetize it. So either find a business, an opportunity to find and desire to own your own business, or desire to be your own boss. I think there's something in there that says young people on the continent today, if you just look at the numbers, they're going to be 50% to 70% of the working population in another 10 to 15 years. Now, our education system across the continent does not equip us with the ability to be able to get out of school and start a business. If you look at across the continent and all the countries, every single one of them talks about unemployment. So we're not creating enough jobs at the moment to actually hire young people that are coming out of the system. So what Trace Academy is doing is kind of saying, well, let's look at this problem and solve it in a different way. Let's upskill all these young people to do stuff with their hands and to be their own bosses. And there's really something to be said for that as a solution, is how do I take the skills that I've learned and how do I continue to learn the skills but not wait for somebody else to create a job for me? How do I become the creator of the job? And if we can bridge that gap, and if Trace Academy's courses are really designed around getting people to change their mindset, then I think we're onto something that's really special.